If you could say one thing to the person you were 1 year ago, what would you say? You might be the person who would have told yourself, don't give up, because a year later you accomplished your goal. Maybe you endured loss or hardship and would have shared that there are brighter days ahead. Maybe you found happiness in taking a risk and would have told yourself to do the thing you've been putting aside, or take the vacation with your family. If I could say one thing to the people Chris and I were last year, I would say cherish every moment with those you love. 2025 was a year full of exploration and discovery, but it was bookended by loss. January started with the sudden loss of a dear friend who had shown us what it is to live life unapologetically. The loss of our friend at the beginning of the year prompted us to take the risk of trying new things together, traveling when some might argue it was unwise, and spending as much quality time with family we could, even though we live over 1,000 miles away from everyone. This created space for moments we will cherish forever. It caused us to spontaneously take a trip to Canada with my grandma just weeks before we found out that she had cancer. Then, when I lost my job at the end of May, we took the time that it created to visit her and Chris's stepdad over the summer. Taking that time was really difficult then, but we wouldn't trade it for anything now. Despite some of the hardships that 2025 had for us, it was also a year that was full of high points. We traveled to Maui with Chris's dad and stepmom and found adventure and beauty around every corner. We took time to explore more locations in North Dakota and caught sight of things we hadn't been able to spot before. I got the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to officiate my older brother's wedding, and we introduced Maple into the mix, who interrupted our lives with a few chaotic weeks of mayhem before we finally fell for her. Then December ended with the loss of Chris's stepdad, a man who had made a tremendous impact on not only Chris's life, but on the lives of so many others around him. 2025 carried with it a bucket of tears and questions that remain largely unanswered. But if we're honest, we also had the time of our lives. Because we made the decision to have fun together despite the hardships we faced, we grew stronger as a couple and gained a greater appreciation for our faith in a God that can make good out of bad and turn chaos into beauty. As you move forward into the new year, choose to live unapologetically, to prioritize those who are closest to you, and to create lasting memories out of simple moments.